I bought something online and I got ripped off. It's just terrible. And the promise was if I got this, after 3 months I would have a flat stomach. Hey, it's Alan here. And I have terrible news. I have terrible news. Yes, it's true. I got ripped off. I bought something online and I got ripped off. It's just terrible. Let me just, hold on, wait there 1 second, I'll show it to you. I got this. Bought this online and I got ripped off. I put it in the corner over there. It's been in that corner for 3 months. And the promise was if I got this, after 3 months I would have a flat stomach. And it's been sitting there for 3 months and I'm still fat. Like, what happened there? What happened there? I was supposed to have a flat stomach at this stage, but I'm still fat and it's been sitting there for 3 months. Now, at this stage, I want you to say that, well, you're supposed to use the thing. You're supposed to use the thing. It's no good leaving it in the corner. You're supposed to use the thing. It's no good leaving it in the corner. And you're right. You're right. It's supposed to be used. That's the whole point. If it's used, it probably would have a flat stomach at this stage. But this is the world we're living in now. This is the digital world we're living in now. This is digital reality now. The world that everyone's living in. And we live and die by our reviews. We actually live and die by our reviews now. Because when someone puts a review online and people write all kinds of stuff online. Like, I wouldn't mind to be in politics right now. I'm not saying all politicians are perfect. I'm sure they all have their problems. But what gets written and said about you online today as a politician is just, how do you deal with that? I don't know. I don't know how you deal with that. It's got to be tough. And this is the problem. This is the problem. That we buy stuff online. We don't know exactly what we're supposed to do with it. Like, you know, buy this dumbbell, I mean, leave it in the corner. I mean, well, it's not working. I'm not losing weight. I'm not putting on any more muscles. It's not working. And this is the world we live in. And then I go online, I write my review. No, I had this for 3 months. It didn't work. It's a rip-off. I've been ripped off. Okay. How do you deal with that? As a company, how do you deal with that? Because you put all your instructions on your sales page. You put you've got to use this. It's no good if you don't use it. If you don't use it, you're completely wasting your time. Probably don't buy it if you're not going to use it. And they don't read. The customers don't read it all. They'll scan a page. I know. I write big long sales pages. I write big long emails. And you're writing it knowing that no one's actually going to read it. They're going to scan, they're going to look at the headlines. You might read a little section here and there. You know, you're putting stuff on Facebook, putting stuff on Instagram. They're going to scroll through and stop every now and again what captures their interest. Nobody reads everything. Nobody reads everything. So you can put all your warnings, all your please use this product when you buy it, all of that. It doesn't matter. No one's reading it. And they're going to feel like they got ripped off. And it's tough. It's really, really tough. As a company, how do you deal with this? You know, you can say, well, don't paint this product, or, you know, don't let your kids eat it, whatever it happens to be. Don't let your kids play with these knives. But you know some people are going to do it. Don't put your cat in the microwave. It doesn't work. Whatever it happens to be. But you know some people are going to do it. And then they're going to be writing, reviews about you online. And there's only so much you can do. So how the hell do you deal with this? How do we deal with this? This is an impossible situation. Yes, it is an impossible situation. So how does Amazon deal with this? Because Amazon is the biggest company who live and die by their reviews. And they encourage reviews. I bought a book on Amazon a few days ago, and they email me and say, hey, do you want to review this book? I'm like, yeah, I do. What was it, Bob Proctor? Yeah, Bob Proctor book about a couple of weeks ago. An email comes out, obviously an automatic email after a few weeks, do you want to review this book? and people are going to review you online. And the only way to deal with this, you can't argue with customers online. You cannot argue with customers online. The customer is always right. I'm not saying the customer is always right, but in this situation online, the customer is always right. Customers are quite often wrong. But when they're putting reviews online, they're always right, even when they're wrong. So what do you do? Well, I'll tell you one thing that happened to me. I ordered something from Amazon and it didn't come. It was supposed to be there, I don't know, maybe a week or so. It was probably my fault, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. But, you know, after about 2 weeks it didn't come, and it was supposed to come in 2 weeks or whatever. So I waited another week or two, and I contacted him and said, listen, that thing never came. I can't remember what it was. I contacted him and said, that thing never came. He said, no problem, we'll refund you straight away. And they did, they refunded me straight away. Then the funny thing is the thing came like about a week later, and I contacted him and it was fine. He said, no, just, when I sent it back to you, he said, no, just forget about it. Which is interesting. So they lost money in that transaction, but they gained reputation on that transaction. And this is very difficult for companies where there's a lot of companies where the results only come from using the product by taking the actions. And that's going to be difficult because a lot of people, 90% of people are just not going to take the correct actions and they're going to feel ripped off. And what do you do in that situation? Well, first thing you do is you give a guarantee as much as you can, You really need to give. Some companies can't give guarantees. I understand that, but you've got to, as much as you can, you've got to give a guarantee online. And when someone complains and wants their money back, you give them the money back straight away. I know business-wise that may be a difficult thing to swallow, but marketing-wise and reputation-wise, it's the only thing to do now. It's the only thing to do. So you give that guarantee as much as you can within your business parameters. You know, you can't just lose money in every transaction, I understand that, but within your business parameters, you give a guarantee and you pay them a refund as soon as possible. That's difficult to swallow in a business, but it's the only way to do it now. It's the only way to do it. And reviews, you watch your reviews, you see all your reviews, and everybody's going to get a bad review. Sooner or later, everyone's going to get a bad review. Something mean is going to be written about you online at some stage. There's something mean going to be written about you at some stage. It is with everybody. And it's a big problem now. It's a huge problem. Because the person who's reading that thing online, whether it's personal or business, the person who's reading that thing online doesn't know that you're in the right. They don't know all the things the other person did. And there's no point in putting all that online either. There's no point saying, well, this person did A, B, C, and D. They probably did, but they don't know. They don't know, and they generally don't care. All they think about is, hey, I can buy from company A or company B. Company B seem to have some reputation issues, so I'm buying from company A. It's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. So to build value in your company over time, you got to watch your reputation. And when Google My Business or any other review site, whatever happens to be, when they put in a bad review, my suggestion is you give an immediate refund, which may be painful business-wise. I understand that, I know. But this is just my suggestion. You give immediate refund and you ask them to remove the review. Now, they can still not remove the review if they don't want to. But I think 9 times out of 10 they will if you look after them. So you make sure you have a good customer care department that they can get through to and talk to someone and sort out their issue. And you do everything you can to help them and sort out their issue, even if it comes as a cost to you. And then you ask them, hey, listen, we looked after you here. Is everything okay? Do you feel satisfied? Is there anything else we can do for you? And if they're completely satisfied, no, I was really happy with this transaction. You just looked after me. I appreciate it. It didn't go well at the start, but I appreciate that you looked after me now. See, that's absolutely fine. Well, if the review is not relevant anymore, would you mind changing to a 5-star review or removing it? And that's all we can do today. That's all we can do today. Reviews are going to be an ongoing part of the digital age. And let's face it, 9 times out of 10 today we're buying stuff online. We're not even going into town to buy stuff. We're buying it online. And we care about reviews. We care a lot about reviews. It's just the way it is. And 90% of them are fake. They're fake. You know, 90% of the good reviews, sometimes you can see the good reviews are fake. But half the time the good reviews are fake. And a lot of time the bad reviews are fake. When I say fake, I mean that someone's experience was bad, but the product wasn't bad. They just didn't know how to use it, or they didn't understand it, or they didn't know what they were buying. They felt ripped off. But that doesn't matter to the next guy who comes along and reads your review. And, you know, that's a big problem. So, it's just something we need to do. You know, it's the person who bought the App Shaper, put it in the corner, and doesn't understand why 6 months later it doesn't have a six-pack. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So, it's really, really important. We need to deal with these reviews. So, you need a review system in place and a support system. So you get a support system in place, and there's plenty of people who will look after the support system for you. But this is something that needs to be nailed down. This is the age we're in. We're in the age of reviews. And it's never going away. This is the age we're in now. It's been Alan here. Just want to take you through Google reviews and online reviews and how important they are for you.